May I speak to the manager as we welcome in Terry Collins? All right, TC, the owner continues to talk playoffs. The team continues to tank. What are the playoff expectations due to a first-year manager?
Well, it's a lot of pressure, but you know what, Carlos, the one thing I've seen from him is he's been accountable for things. And as we've seen, a couple of years ago or 3 or 4 years ago in Washington, Davey Martinez, who's a good friend of mine, who was under the gun, and they were calling for his head, and they ended up going to winning the World Series. 2 years ago, you look at the Phillies 2 years ago, Rob Thompson takes over for Joe Girardi, and everybody had them dead, and they go to the World Series. So, yeah, it's a long way to go, but you've got to start playing better. And now, here June 1st is right around the corner, and there's not a better time to start playing than it is right now. We all talk about it. We all talk about their depth and what they did all winter long. Well, once in a while, again, this is about the star players playing well, because you're not going to win if your good players don't play well.
Terry, with the Mets mired in this funk here, how should Mendoza, a rookie manager, handle this sustained stretch of poor play? It's really the first time we've seen it be this bad. Should he call a team meeting? Should he say something publicly in hopes of lighting a fire under the team? Or should he remain positive?
Well, obviously, publicly, you have to remain positive. Behind the scenes, you might want to have a conversation with some guys. I know, he's tried to stay very positive. He doesn't want to rock the boat. But then, all of a sudden, you got a lineup change. And now you take Diaz, who's obviously, in a little bit of a funk himself. And now he's not even, doesn't even take his warm-up shirt off. So, there's some issues that certainly have got to be addressed right now, which I think they have to be addressed right now in order for this team to move forward. And, I'm not a big, panic and change the lineup all around. I think you set it down a certain way in the beginning, but Carlos has got a better feel for it than I do. And I really like the fact that he has stayed very positive in the public eye.
Yeah, speaking of Diaz, the Mets have talked about, wanting him to get his confidence back. Presumably being demoted wasn't great for his confidence. But how do you show that you believe in him while not putting him in a situation that you don't think he can handle?
Well, Stephen, that's a great question, but I thought today was the perfect example. You've already said you're going to use Ottavino and these other guys as a closer by committee. Well, you're in the game today, and you're down a couple runs, and you're going late in the game, and you need somebody to give you an inning in the 8th inning. Stick him in there. This is a perfect time to get him out there. Hey, look, you still think you're in the game. Well, let him get out there and pitch in the inning that Ottavino pitched. And hey, look, we're still in this game. Go out there and keep us in the game.
TC, one thing that I did love to see from the Mets today was the retaliation after Harrison Bader got drilled on purpose. It's been years. It just hasn't happened for them. Can that type of response help bond a ball club?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Sal. That's a great point. That's kind of stuff happens. Once in a while, there was a time when, there's nothing wrong with right there charging the mound right there and having your teammates come out and defend you. That kind of, brings everybody together. And so, I thought it was a good move for them. And, it's going to show the rest of the league, hey, look, we're struggling right now, but we're not going to lay down and die here. We're going to fight back.
Yeah, far too many times we've seen Alonso get drilled, the Mets are getting drilled. Everybody sits there. They're sitting on their hands, not doing anything about it. Mendy popped out of that dugout right away because he knew, like everybody else watching, it was on purpose and it shouldn't be acceptable. And I would have preferred Bader to charge the mound. All right, he didn't. Cooler heads prevail, but at least Quintana retaliated. Finally, the Mets show some life and respond. Now, they lost the game, which is obviously important, but at least maybe they could bond now as a group and show that they're not going to take anything from any other teams.